सो है ओपी गाइस एंड वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल ब्लू बॉस जी। और आज दोबारा से डोंट ओपन योर आइज़ में आ चुके हैं वापस से। आज की वीडियो में कोशिश करते हैं इसकी सारी एंडिंग्स देखने की। बस सारी एंडिंग्स तो मतलब एंडिंग्स तो इसके अंदर दो ही है। पिछली वीडियो जो मैंने करा था बस वही दो एंडिंग्स है इसके अंदर, पर इसके अलग अलग फेस है, हैंड है और स्माइल, क्रीपी स्माइल है। अलग अलग तीन चीज़ें इसकी डिस्क्राइब करनी होती है और उस तीन में तीन अलग अलग ऑप्शन होते हैं। तो कोशिश करेंगे आज वो सारी देख लेंगे। एपिसोड लंबा हो सकता है, बने रहना इस एपिसोड में। सीधा स्टार्ट करते हैं। ये सारी तो स्किप करनी पड़ेगी। तो वापस से इस घोस्ट के पास आ चुका हूँ। आगे करते हैं।
Open
your
your eyes.
eyes। ये डायलॉग आइकॉनिक है बिल्कुल इस गेम का। तो फिलहाल के लिए वैसे यस करूँगा तो कुछ नहीं मिलेगा, नो। ओके,
Open your eyes. Look,
ये सारी चीज़ें हैं कर रखी है मैंने, सुन रखी है, तो इसको
I
स्किप
won't
करूँगा।
swear you're mad if a stranger is that. I have never, I don't know if I'm, that is why so you can tell, but, so I might, you won't find me like a fate. I know you listen, it looks like I could almost put my fingers around them. And dare, will I hear your voice? It was I'm joking, don't be scared. Hey, how do you when our answer
तो यहाँ पे दे लुक ब्रोकन दोबारा।
broken? That may be so. I'm always training my sight to stare at what's in front of me, searching for that one precious thing. It's what drives me to look inside places, such as this. But sometimes I strain so hard, little pieces seem to fall off my face, one after another, making a cracking sound as they go. A sound like this. In my desperation, I always attempt to piece them back together. I kneel and search for the missing fragments, but they are never there. Maybe the wind takes them somewhere out of my reach, and that makes me sad. So sad, I put my hands where my eyes should be, and I borrow my fingers, and I take it out. I take everything out. Every little piece that remains, harder, furiously, and wallowing in sorrow. I pray to whoever's listening to give back what's mine, to not make me lose more than I've already lost. I don't want to waste my time and search for more than yet no one delivers. No one is listening, and so I weep invisible tears until I can feel the sorrow no more. Hey, have you ever strained yourself so that you end up blinding yourself? Have you? These eyes, are these my eyes?
पिछले एपिसोड में मैंने यहाँ पे यस चुना था, अब की बार नो चुन के देखता हूँ।
Is that so? How do you think my eyes, when our cases finally meet?
अच्छा, दोबारा ऑप्शन देंगे मेरे को
What
चुनने
will
के
you
लिए।
find? Answer me.
अब दे लुक एम्प्टी चुनते हैं।
Empty.
ए भाई, गैलेक्सी वाली आइस कहाँ से आ गई इसकी? ऐसा ही लगता है ये
That
गैलेक्सी
may
है।
be so. The eyes are the window to. That's what someone told me. soul was holy, bright, beautiful. Every person has one, both the good and the evil. But that person said I was the exception. That something like me couldn't possibly own something so holy, so bright, so beautiful. They looked inside of me, took a deep breath, and announced their conclusion with great fatigue. Their eyes that could see it all, couldn't find anything in there. I'm sure that if you were to cut me apart, not even blood would flow out.
इस बंदे की बातें बहुत अजीब होती हैं.
Even if I felt it sometimes, crawling through my veins. Maybe that's why I've never seen myself before. Because I'm empty. But isn't that something to be grateful for? Because if I were to look and find nothing there, then surely I would feel disappointed. By not looking, I can ease myself of that pain. So maybe this is for the best. I can't remember who was the first to recite these words to me, nor the second, nor the third, nor the several others who came after. The only thing I remember is that they looked as empty as I did to them. Hey, have you ever felt so empty, so devoid of what makes everyone special, that you've embraced the void as your own? Have you? These eyes, are these my eyes?
यहाँ पे again no.
Is that so?
Third option भी चल रहा है मेरे को.
How do you think my eyes, when our case is finally made, answer me?
They look
They
lost.
look lost.
ये sadness आँखों में.
I am never sure of where I am. My days consist of wandering about aimlessly, searching for something. I worry that if I'm not paying attention, what I'm searching for will slip away. The thought terrifies me. It terrifies me so much. So I always keep my eyes peeled. Even if there's nothing to see. That way, nothing will slip away, no matter where it goes, and no matter where it hides, no matter how terrifying the world might be, no matter the countless terrible things I witnessed by mistake in the process, no matter what, I will never blink. I will forever be confused by the world around me. I will forever be lost. But what is that something that I'm searching for? It's been so long since my wandering began, I can no longer recall the feelings that drove me to it. What is it? Is it something I can hold? Is it a being of flesh and bones? Is it nearby? Is it you? Hey, have you ever looked so fervently for something that you end up losing yourself in the process? Have you? These eyes, are these my eyes?
तो ये थर्ड ऑप्शन था. एक बार मैं यस कर
A good
लेता हूँ.
answer. Yet there is only one way to know the truth. Open your eyes.
ओके, यहाँ पे मैं सेव कर लेता हूँ. सेव यूज़र सेव एम्प्टी स्लॉट, यहाँ पे मैं सेव कर लेता हूँ. ठीक है, रिटर्न. अब यहाँ पे आँख खोल के देखते हैं. आई ओपन माई आइज. क्या मिलेगा? नथिंग. देयर इज नथिंग देयर. जैसा सोचा था. तो लोड यूज़र सेव, इसको लोड करते हैं. यहाँ पे
So you
नो.
won't look at me,
नहीं.
even though your eyes are so pretty. I can't see them, but I can imagine them behind their veil of flesh, round like pearls and shiny like jewels. So pretty. It's fine. We still have time. The night is still. People are good at closing their Do you know? What? Of course you know. You have one. Right there. A door is a barrier to keep. The bad can be anything. And sometimes I can't. I find them. Should I push? Should I turn them? Should I try it? Should I chip? And what happened? Do I keep it open? That might be. But then. And what happened? So many options. So many things I could. Whenever I stare at it for and think of my excuse. Because that's all they are. What bothers me the most about clothes to keep me out. It fills me with the need. So I search
अभी
for
इसके पैसे
anything that might
इसलिए
be
कर रहा हूँ
open.
क्योंकि मुझे पता है ये चीज़ क्या बोलेगा भाई क्या नहीं बोलेगा.
Anything that might let me. I'm not good with door, but as long as there's a place where every night I'm careful in my eternal search. I slip in. Usually it's a cellar. I feel at home there.
अगर तुम में से किसी को पढ़ना हो तो वीडियो पोस्ट करके पढ़ सकते हो.
But sometimes, just some an urge swells inside the urge. So I search hard for a door that's for an entryway covered in, and for someone to, as if. But you won't look, even though you had to. Why is that? Are you? Do I? No. We have been chatting for so long. You haven't chased me out. That means. So I'm certain that if I were to reach out my hand, you would reciprocate. I'm sure your hands are warm. So very warm. Because people. Hey, how do my hands? When my warmth finally meets yours, how will it feel? Answer me.
They look
They
tired.
look tired. That may be so. These fingers of mine have touched so many things. They are always stretching forwards, reaching out for something. The tip of my fingers dance over the surfaces that I travel, and their sensations reach the core of my brain. Be it the softness of the first spring flowers, or the roughness of a wall made out of rubbish. Caressing, grabbing, clawing, no matter the time of day. No matter if I'm awake or asleep. As if they had a mind of their own. Even now, they clutch onto the fabric of your bed sheets. They like how these thousands of threads intertwine with each other. The rustle of fabric against fabric. Irresistible. They want more. They want to feel closer. To have it between them and around them. More and more and more. Sometimes, however, they can't reach as far as they'd like. That's when I lend a hand. I take over and stretch, and they grow. Maybe just the length of a fingernail every time, but they grow. Just so they can reach out, clutch what they want, discarded, and forgotten. That's why they are tired. Because they never stop seeking, and most likely, never will. Hey, have you ever stretched your fingers to grab a hold of something important, only to learn that it's been long out of your grasp? Have you? These hands. Are these my hands? Is that so? How do my hands, when my warmth finally answer me?
Oh, अब की बार they look delightful.
They look deceitful.
Deceitful का मैं delightful बोल रहा हूँ.
That may be so. These hands of mine tend to squirm into places I could never
इसके
imagine.
ऑक्टोपस के हाथ आ गए. ऑक्टोपस लग रहा है भाई ये तो पूरा.
Be it tiny holes in the walls, housing arachnids of all sizes, or the pockets of midnight walkers strolling the parks that sometimes serve me as home. These fingers squirm in and drag out what they find. So now I carry all sorts of trinkets with me. Keys, peeping gadgets, notes with love poems in them, the corpse of one or two insects. I keep everything with me, regardless of their use. But sometimes I feel bad, because maybe it was something important. The person I took them from could be distraught, their happiness shattered, their lives ended. So I consider maybe dropping them somewhere in the park. But what if I need them? What if the keys can one day open the door I want? What if the poems help me befriend a new partner? What if the arachnids serve me as unlikely sustenance? There are too many ifs. But I'm also too afraid to find out the truth. So I let them stay with me, slowly becoming a part of me, helping me grow. I've grown so much, I had to lower my head when entering your room. These fingers won't stop, squirming and coiling around everything they feel. And I can only hope they merely take what they need. I would be saddened if my body grew too much, because I wouldn't get to enter rooms like yours anymore. Hey, have you ever attempted to help yourself grow by mercilessly taking away from someone else? Have you? These hands, are these my hands?
तो दोबारा से नो और थर्ड ऑप्शन
That's how do my when my warm hands are,
they look
they
incomplete.
look incomplete.
Yes. अरे भाई क्या है
That may be
इसका
so.
फ्लैश चखा है, ये देख रहे हो? ये फिंगर है, ये यहाँ पे हड्डी है, ये फिंगर है, फिर यहाँ पे देखो, ये यहाँ पे नीचे पार्ट है, ऊपर का मतलब फ्लैश है, ऊपर का फ्लैश नहीं है। भाई
Amidst my travels, I have lost more than I can imagine. I have left people behind, people who are my chat companions, just like you are now. So it's no wonder that by leaving them behind, I will leave parts of me as well. Things such as skin, or flesh, or bones, or anything that makes me, me. As farewell gifts, you could say. It sounds like an excuse, and that's because it is. Because I am careless and overly curious. I can't help but wonder how everything feels to the touch. Like the crust of a tree, or the surface of a frozen lake. But sometimes I find something else. Like a building engulfed in a raging fire. I think of the screams in the distance, or the suffering and death and charred skin, and wonder, how does that feel? So I put my hands to the fire. It hurts, but I tolerate it and keep them there for long enough that the uncomfortable feeling dissipates, and the smell of charred skin starts protruding from my own. And when I take them out, the feeling persists. That horrible but intoxicating feeling. I seek such extreme sensations. The edge of a knife sometimes provides it. Other times, the fangs of a beast. Most times, however, it's by mere accident. I would place my fingers over a benign surface, only to discover it's covered in spikes, and I will leave my hands there as I traverse along it, leaving parts of my body as a farewell gift. In that sense, it's not so different from what I was saying before. The fire and the blades are friends. They have granted me times of great fun, so it's only polite to leave something of yours as a sign of thanks. But there's one thing I've always loathed from these encounters. They're always painful. I'd rather they weren't. Hey, have you ever placed yourself in harm's way, only to feel a satisfaction you've realized is not yours? Have you? These hands, are these my hands?
तो इसका ये तो हो चुका है, लास्ट
A
ऑप्शन था
good
यस.
answer. Yet, there is only one way to know the truth. Open your eyes.
There's nothing there as expected. तो करता हूँ लोड दोबारा से इसको, और यहाँ पे नो.
So you won't look at me, even though my hands could be the same as yours. Think about it. Maybe you and I are similar. No, I know we are. I can feel it in my skin. Oh. Can you hear it? My skin is pulsating. It has been long since this happened. It's a sign of my innermost emotions flowing out. I wander the world, wanting to be seen. I'll be satisfied as long as someone tells me how I look. But it's not like anyone will do. If it did, then it would be oh so easy, since I could show myself to everyone at once. Every living person in this land, and ask them all the same question. Someone will answer. There's no doubt about it. But it might not be the answer I wish for, since I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be perceived as something I'm not. It scares me. That is why, when someone is on the verge of looking at me, I shy away. I hide, fading into the dark. But you might be different. If it's you, it might be possible to stand still, if only for a second. That way you can help me, and we can both be fulfilled. Just thinking about it, it makes me feel something. I cannot describe it. I am not good with words. There was a person in my past. They were not good at, and thinking back on it, to teach a wordless being. Yet, they did, simply because they could. It is weird to remember, because it makes me think, and I am not. I don't care much for. I don't want to be judged. So why is it? Why do I want some? Maybe it's only because everyone gets to be. But I will. Soon, once you open your eyes. Just thinking about the moment and you finally take those bed sheets off your body and you inspect every crevice of mine, and you finally, to let me hear, and to maybe even give me a name. It makes me feel, but I don't know what. Surely it would be evident. Hey, what does my expression look like when that veil of uncertainty finally disappears? What will we convey to each other? Answer me.
It's a cheerful smile.
A cheerful smile. That may be so. It would only make sense for the end of this journey to bring me joy. It has been so long. I can no longer remember where it all began. But who's to say it had a beginning? Maybe the starting point is that faint memory, the earliest one I can recall. I was walking, and for some reason, it was daytime. I rarely travel during the daytime, only when the fear of being seen isn't there, so I must have believed that was the case. But it's strange, since the place I was walking through was a city, one full of people. I couldn't see them, but I knew they were there, hiding in the shadows, with their backs against the dirt, completely motionless, completely silent, living in wait of their deaths. And what's more, none dared to look at me. Did they even know I was there? Maybe they did not care. All I remember is feeling a certain kinship towards the hidden inhabitants of that settlement. They were like me, living in fear of what others might think. And who's to say I wasn't one of them? Maybe I spent my days as part of the scenery as well. And one day I decided to go for a walk that hasn't yet found its end. It's my earliest memory, and my most joyful one. No experience afterwards had made me want to smile more than that. So if you say I am smiling, then surely that's how it must be. But tonight, I'm not joyful. So if my expression is truly one of cheer, then I must be lying through my smiling teeth. Hey, have you ever expressed honest happiness in your face, when in reality, you're feeling anything but? Have you? This expression, is this my expression?
Okay,
Is
no.
that so? Then what does my expression look like when that veil of uncertainty finally answer me?
अब की बार it's surprised grimace. ये बोल के बताएगा क्या है?
A surprised grimace. That may be so.
Okay, ये surprise grimace बहुत अजीब है.
Tonight is the first I hear about my eyes. And the new and unexpected is always a source of surprise. People always act surprised when I show myself before them, so it makes sense that my appearance would surprise me as well. At times, they stop moving, merely looking at me in awe. At others, they scream and run and exhaust themselves to the point they can't think. Others, they don't feel much at all. They sit and stay and attempt to talk. I don't like when they do that. It's like they are not seeing me, not recognizing me. I much prefer when they freeze. I much prefer when they scream. A reaction is what I want. It's a sign that I am there and that my existence means something to them. That's why I like you. You did not scream, yet you did not run either. You're a surprise. surprised and averted your eyes, but instead, you stayed, listening, acknowledging. You are the first to do this for me. You are new and unexpected. Yet, how odd. Is this really surprise? No, you say it is, so it must be true. But what I'm feeling right now, what I'm experiencing, it's not the same as those who've seen me. As if their surprise was something different from mine. Hey, have you ever acted surprised, not because you are, but because you believe that's how you must feel? Have you? This expression, is this my expression? Is that so?
दोबारा से नो.
What does my expression, when that fill of uncertainty, answer me?
अब के बार emotionless stare.
An emotionless stare.
इसका मुंह सील दिया
That
किसी
may
ने.
be so.
ऐसा ही लग रहा है.
Expressions are difficult. They require one's face to contort in many different ways. I am not capable of that. Everything about me is stiff. From the way I walk, to the way I talk, it is something I noticed long ago. I may hurt and I may grow, but I do not change. Not in the way other people do. People interact with each other. They form connections. They experience thrills. A person becomes someone different with each passing second, turning old and perishing. However, I don't think I'm capable of any of those things. My journey began long ago, longer than any person has ever journeyed. And in my life, I have seen others born and die, born and die. A person's existence is so fleeting, and yet so many things happen to them, so many worthwhile memories. It is something I lack. Were I to write a book, I could not fill a single page. It's not for the lack of memories, but rather because these memories mean nothing to me. Save for a minuscule number, they are all the same, blending with each other into a mottled gray, lacking the meaning people often give to that which they care about. Perhaps if someone else had lived what I had, they would see meaning, they would treasure it, but I cannot, no matter how I try. I can't see any worth in what I do, and by extension, in what I am. I want for someone to tell me how I look, yet I don't see that as important. No one but me would care, so why should I care? But that doesn't mean I have never felt. I feel things. Joy, sorrow, fear. I am always feeling, and right now, I am feeling strongly. It's here, in my pulsating skin. You say my expression is emotionless, that it shows nothing. And if you say so, it must be true. But soon you will see something. Because what I'm feeling is not nothing. Hey, have you ever masked yourself with indifference? Only to hide the overwhelming emotions hiding beneath? Have you? This expression, is this my expression? I see. Thank you. You have truly helped me tonight. These are my eyes. These are my hands. And this is my expression. I can consider these my most treasured features, and you have helped me picture them all. No one has done this for me. I feel a connection with you, one born out of honest gratitude. But there's one step left. You need to make sure of the truth. It is the only way to finally understand each other. So please, I beg of you, open your eyes.
ओके, यहाँ पे मैं दोबारा से सेव कर लेता हूँ। मैं यस रिटर्न, और यहाँ पे आँख खोल के देखते हैं। There's nothing there। यही चीज़ होनी थी, वरना लाइक कुछ कहीं पे दिखता तो नहीं है। लोड करते हैं।
No. I see. I understand. No, it's fine. You have still helped me by answering my questions. No one has done that for me before, so I have no right to ask for anything else. No, that is a lie. Ever since I stepped into this room, you have refused to engage with me. Not even once. Not even once, not even once, not even once, not even once, not even once. Not even once. Did you open your eyes? Not even once. Did you look at my face? You stayed there, acting as if you were asleep, feigning ignorance and not moving an inch. At times making me believe that our conversation was just in my head. You haven't opened your mouth, but you didn't need to. I can hear far, far beyond what most others can. And I can see further than what others would consider the dark, empty bottom. That's why I know that I wasn't wrong. You are, like me. We are the same. You too. Look for what's not there. You too. Reach out for what might hurt you. And you too are a liar. The type that shows one thing and feels another. But you made a mistake. I know you're lying, because every answer you've given me so far has been wrong. I am not what you said I am. These eyes, these hands, this expression. They aren't mine. Maybe they are yours. But I do not care. Not anymore. Open your eyes. I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want to be perceived for something I'm not. And that's all you did. So now, you will open your eyes and see me for what I truly am. You said so. Remember that in this room, you know, however, it was those words that brought me here. So you have to do right by that which you claimed. It is time. Open your eyes. Open your eyes.
Do I open my eyes? एक बार यहाँ पे इसको सेव कर देते हैं और यहाँ पे yes कर
You
देते हैं।
had your chance.
You had your chance.
It's not up to you anymore.
मैं नो करूँ तब भी वही चीज़ आनी है, yes करूँ मैं तब भी वही चीज़ आनी है।
You won't open your eyes. I will.
ये भी अब मारेगा, आंखें फोड़ देगा।
Ah, your eyes are as beautiful. Tell me, my new friend, what do you see?
What I see is, अरे वो रह गया, रुक जाओ लोड करो इसको। नहीं 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 नहीं, मेन मेन्यू, चूज प्रोग्रेस, यस यस यस, कोई बात नहीं, लोड करो इसको, लोड करो।
You had
नो,
your chance. It's not you. I will. Tell me what.
चलो 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 दोबारा। बट आई सी इज, क्या देखा इसने? ओ भाई, ये तो टेंगल्स कुछ टाइप का है। आई क्लोज माई आई।
That won't do. Open your eyes.
बहुत,
Open them. Open them now.
मैं ये चीज स्किप कर रहा हूँ।
Open. Oh no. It seems
बिल्कुल
I
भी
did
नहीं।
it again. You can't see anymore, right? You can't talk anymore, right? You can't think anymore. Then, this is farewell. Thank you for trying, friend. Even though you are a liar, I leave this piece of myself here with you.
अपना कोई टुकड़ा छोड़ के गया है वो।
I must go. I must look for the right person. Someone who can tell me how I look. Someone who can explain to me why everyone looks like that when they do.
There is something in my hand. It's what they left behind. What is it? I feel it feel important, but I can no longer open my eyes. तो यही है बस ये गेम, इसकी सारी एंडिंग कह सकते हो, मतलब सारे सीक्वल इसके देख लिए हुए। अब अगला बंदा कौन सी चीज़ में कैसा दिखाई देगा वो चीज़। पिछले एपिसोड में कहा था कि मैं हर एक ऑप्शन का, मतलब 3 ऑप्शन है टोटल, 9 ऑप्शन है, मतलब उसमें हर एक उसमें लाइन वाइज फर्स्ट ऑप्शन, तीनों उसमें फर्स्ट ऑप्शन चुनूँगा। सेकंड एपिसोड में सेकंड, थर्ड एपिसोड में थर्ड। पर फिर इतनी इंटरेस्टिंग ये गेम है नहीं, और ना उस चीज़ के करने का कोई फ़ायदा, कि लिटरली सेम एंडिंग ही मिलती है हमेशा, तो कोई फ़ायदा नहीं था उस चीज़ का। इसलिए इसी एपिसोड में मैंने सारे ऑप्शन चूज़ कर लिए, सारी उसकी बातें सुन ली, कैसे क्या कहेगा ये, क्या नहीं कहेगा, और बस यही चीज़ था। मैं मिलता हूँ किसी और वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए बाय बाय।